When I think back to my miskâsowin journey, it's crazy to think that this word had no meaning to me only a short 3 months ago. But now when I hear that word, I think about how far I have come along on my journey to finding myself and as to how I am going to keep on this journey because my miskâsowin journey doesn't just stop now. It is a lifelong journey that I will be on. When I first thought about creating a visual piece to represent everything that I have learned on my miskâsowin journey, I panicked a little. How was I supposed to create something that represents this process when this process is still something that is so new to me? I decided that I wanted to represent my thought process through a treaty walk and how my journey has led me to where I am today. I looked through my blog posts from throughout the semester and reflected on the knowledge that I was able to gain from them. I decided that I wanted to create a representation of the treaty walk that I went through. However, I didn't know how to represent that, so I decided to represent that process through a treaty drive. I started my visual representation by creating the winding road that I have traveled on throughout my journey. The road winds through different pit stops along the way that represent the different blog posts that I have recorded my learnings through. The road winds and is not a straight road because the journey of my miskâsowin process was not straightforward. There were times where I had to stop and reflect on myself, challenge what I know, and had to put myself in the uncomfortable situations to be able to grow on this journey. I started my treaty drive by thinking about who I am and by unpacking my identity. I stated that I am a white, female settler who lives on the farm. I am proud to be a farm girl, but now by going on this journey, I question what exactly that means. We do rent land from the First Nations peoples, but the rest of the land that we farm, we always say it's our land, but who are we to claim that land as ours? No one is allowed to say that the land is theirs and take possession over it because, in a sense, the land belongs to the indigenous peoples of this country that is now called Canada. Another part of my miskâsowin journey was being able to take a field trip with my colleagues to Fort Qu'Appelle, the heart of Treaty 4. This was a great experience where I was able to put the knowledge that I have gained throughout not only this semester, but through the last 4 years. On my creative piece, I had placed a stop sign sticker near this pit stop because I have driven by Fort Qu'Appelle so many times, but I have never taken the time to drive through it and listen to the town's narratives that are being told. This journey has taught me to slow down and to take time to look and listen to the world around me, and most importantly, to be aware. My miskâsowin journey has led me to be able to be a part of an event that related to reconciliation. A big part of this journey was to have conversations with people and allowing them to become unsettled. I won't lie, at first this was hard for me. This involved me to come out of my comfort zone and to put myself out there by having conversations with people, knowing that they may not have the same viewpoints as me, and I knew that it could be a possibility, but I did it anyways. On the visual representation of my treaty drive, I have included the yield sign by Pit Stop 10 as a way to remind myself that it is safe to proceed ahead with my miskâsowin journey, but I have to make sure to just take it slow and reflect on the learnings that I will gain in the future. Throughout my miskâsowin journey, I have been able to learn that it is important to take time for myself in not only a sacred way, but also in the sense that I take time to process my learnings throughout this journey this semester, and also on the learnings that are to come in the future. I represented this never ending process on my visual representation by continuing the road off of the page because this treaty drive does not just end at the end of the page, but rather is a never ending road.